And I'm going to take just one moment of privilege because I know it's been a long afternoon, but the Senate has been in legislative days this week, and high likelihood we'll have a special session. So it's not the last time we'll see him, but I do want to remark as someone who has served in the House as his pro tem to make a special thanks and farewell to Senator Arnie Roblan, who is serving on the e-board here and is retiring. I just want to say how much I've appreciated your public service over the years, Arnie, and best of wishes in whatever comes next, because there is life after this. So it's good to have you fighting for Oregon all the time. So thank you, Arnie. Mr. President, anything else for the good of the order?
No, I do think that there is something special. I think history is going to write about Arnie Roblan because he was in a tied House at one time at 30-30, and he served as a co-speaker. That was an extraordinarily difficult role for him to be in. He's also been principal of one of the great high schools in our state, and from an area that struggles economically, et cetera. And he's really remarkable. I envy him. I'm jealous of his temperament and his personality. He has a calmness about him and an evenness about him. He also has suffered a terrible loss, as we all know, the cross. When a parent loses a child, that is particularly painful. And so he knows how Peter feels about him. And I'm very nervous that I'm going to go forward to the next session, but I'm not going to have Arnie. And so I would hope that he and his wife, and his grandchildren, his daughter, that they really are happy, because this is a guy that deserves to be happy in every sense of the word. So I'm glad you highlighted this moment. I really wish we were having executive appointments on the Senate floor, because then I could speak more at length about this very remarkable human being who will leave us. He also is very even-handed. He is a true issue. If you want to look about by being partisan and bringing together people, you need to look at this person. He's just built that way. So this is going to be a staggering loss, in my opinion, and I really believe I'm right on this. I've been around a long time, to the Oregon State Senate and to the Oregon Legislature. So thank you for your very kind words, Madam Speaker, and for bringing it up at this venue, because he deserves this kind of acknowledgement, and he is a historic figure, because I can tell you, when a chamber is tied, that is a special session, and he and Bruce Hanna were just remarkable. They both showed us, Arnie showed us, how you get along with people who come from a different place, different party, and when the chips are really down. So Arnie, you know how I feel about you, and I'll stop now. So thank you for everything you've done as a person, as a human being, and as a public policy maker.
And I'll just say, I just want to say thank you to both of you for those comments. The pleasure has been all mine, and looking at the screen and seeing all these amazing people that I've had the chance to work with, and the opportunities that I've had because of service to my community through the legislature has been pretty remarkable. And the fact that I'm going out with Rocco is pretty exciting too to me. He took two inexperienced co-speakers and helped form us into at least figuring out that there was a budget and we had to do something with it. And then also training our two co-chairs, our co-chairs, Buckley and Richardson, who come from the same part of the state, but we're very different people. So I am very pleased to have had the opportunity to work with all of you, and I really look forward to figuring out what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. But I never look back. I always look forward and try to figure out how to make the best of the new experiences for me. But I will cherish the opportunity I've had to work with everybody on this screen and all 90 people in the legislature, and actually the many, many more who have come through in that 16 years. So again, thank you very much for the opportunity to say a couple words.
Yeah, thank you, Senator Roblan, Mr. Co-Speaker. And with that, colleagues, again, thank you for your extraordinary service on e-board. I will say that there is a possibility, if there is a session which allows the e-fund to be further expanded, that we could have an emergency board before we are in session in 2021. So stay flexible. we'll let you know what's going on. Thank you so much for everything. And with that, we'll call it a very long Friday. Good meeting. With that, the Joint Legislative Emergency Board is adjourned. Thank you, colleagues.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.